at USEP, SERDAC office, for the benchmarking and capacity building. We are now, ang mga kasama ko po, ongoing ang kanilang training doon sa software. While I am presenting here, hahabol na lang ako. The first steps are already, they have started already the training with the SERDAC USEP group. Then provision of socioeconomic services, these are our intention, but hopefully we can be doing this in the last quarter of 2022. And development of operational manual. Ongoing na po ang ating operational manual sa WIMSU, and meron ng nagawa, but we are still finalizing this manual, and hopefully we can submit it on the last quarter of 2022. And then we also come up with a sustainability plan. So ano yung nanggawa namin from May 1 to September 12? Yung sinasabi ko, naka-refurbish first. There was an inception meeting with the DOSTP card, which was conducted last June 3, 2022, attended by my project staff. And then in sa establishment of the center, ito po yung center namin, although this is in the ground floor of the Rizal building, hopefully they will be transferred to the third floor pag ayos na po lahat na bakante. But for now, this is a very spacious place, office, na that will also serve the purpose. The procurement of equipment, materials, and other facility ay nagawa na po. As I've mentioned, ang inaantay na lang namin is the 7 desktop computers. Photocopier machine, nandiyan na po, yung aircons at saka camera. So, just to present to you ano yung mga status doon sa mga activities ginawa, we started with the annual procurement plan and the pre as our basis for procurement, already approved. And tapos yung procurement process is ongoing. And we were able right now, we prepared the proposal for the procurement of statistical software. So last August 23-26, yung SERDAC USEP visited us. We have a fruitful discussion on how to run the program, how to operate the program, and what are the things that we should do based on the insights and experiences of SERDAC USEP. So, ito po yung kanilang visits with us. And this is the hiring of the science research assistants na meron na pong na-hire ngayon as of, kasama na namin si Sian Sarabi, the research assistant for SERDAC. Okay, so ano pong activities namin? Itong aming visit ngayon, this is a 3-day benchmark and training with USEP SERDAC here. So ito po the other day, I think this is the second day of our visit. They presented to us how they operated the SERDAC, and their accomplishments were presented, and there was a fruitful discussion on the important highlights in the operationalization of the program. And yan po yung aming, as of yesterday ito. So what are our proposed activities? A train workshop on strengthening policy analysis in the regions to be conducted via Zoom by SERDAC Mindanao on October 17 and 21, 2022. Then we also propose for a training on impact assessment to be conducted face-to-face by WIMSU SERDAC at WIMSU on December 5 to 9, 2022. So that's all. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you very much, Dr. Terry. Okay, so we have listened to the two ongoing researches of Dr. Terry. So this time, we shall listen also to the questions, suggestions, and of course, the recommendations from our dear panel of evaluators. Yes, Dr. Sinan po.
Hi, Ma'am Terry. Good morning.
Yes. Yes, Doc.
Congratulations for the presentation. Ma'am, doon po muna tayo sa setup. Although naririnig ko na ito ng matagal. I don't think I don't want to consider myself as someone who is very familiar with this. Ma'am, although this is an impact assessment project, tatanong ko lang po sana kung ang feedback mechanism ba ay ginagawa dito sa setup after generation of the outputs of the program. Nandito si Sir John. May feedback mechanism ba ito, sir?
Hi, Sir John. Hindi ko marinig.
Hello, ayun. Sorry.
Ayun.
Wala kasi nga dito sa DOST, ma'am. So good morning. Sir, regarding to your question, actually po hindi pa sila nakasubmit. Kasi extended yung paper until September, ma'am, no? So tinatapos nila yung manuscript. So from there, saka pa kami magba-validation meeting for this. Kasi based dun sa pinakita nga din ni Ma'am Terry, medyo na nagulat ako dun sa Sibugay na group kasi when I was the center manager, I think Sibugay was paying. But based on the figures ni Ma'am Terry, merong 1 non-operational and 12 na unavailable. So that means to say, ang assumption ko dito, Ma'am Terry, they're not paying. Kasi it's not operational and 12 are unavailable. So yun doon ako na ano doon. Kaya nung nakita ko kanina presentation mo, ma'am, sabi ko, message ko agad yung RPMO, yung Project Management Office, para malaman ko kung anong projects ito and anong period, no? So yun. So yun Doc Sinan, yung ano doon. As to the feedback, after pa nila isubmit yung manuscript, saka pa kami mag-uusap about it.
Thank you, Sir John. Yeah.
Doc Sinan.
Yes, ma'am.
We have been in connecting with the provincial level on the initial data na nakukuha namin, and nakapag-meeting na rin ako, Sir John. You're aware of that because I asked permission from the Office of the Director na mag-conduct ako ng meeting with the 3 provincial directors on the ongoing information na na-collect namin, kasi I also need to validate it from the different offices. So, kumpleto naman kami sa connection and feedback, Doc Sinan. Kaya nga, Sir John, ang sabi ko kay Sir Ray, hindi lang, although meron na kaming nagawang report, but I don't want to present our reports dito. Maganda naman ang result, but unahin ko muna i-report ito directly to the Office of the Director bago ko i-share sa public. Kasi ganun kasi, Sir John, ang style namin sa Picard. Bago ko isama siya sa mga regional competition or in-house review, na-present na namin sa funder ang result of the study. That is why we are holding all the informations muna, Sir John, for the purpose of this meeting today. Sa inyo muna mauna namin i-present, and hopefully we can do this actually this October. Salamat po.
Thank you, Ma'am Terry. Tungkol naman po doon, ma'am, sa SERDAC. Actually, we already have heard several good remarks on this program, the SERDAC. Pero I would just like to emphasize, or I would like to reiterate to WIMSU or the West Mardec SERDAC that the outputs that we are expecting from this establishment of these centers would be higher or increased utilization of information from R&D.
Yes.
R&D projects in policy formulation.
Yes.
Yun yung isa sa primary reason why perhaps the CERD, the Socioeconomics Research Division of PICART, has supported this program. Kasi laging sinasabi sa atin na yung ating policy formulation or policy making is somehow weak dahil kulang tayo sa empirical data to support the policy.
Yes.
So we're hoping na through this program ay ma-achieve talaga natin yun. We should be able to furnish empirical data or tangible information to our policy makers. On the same thought, ang isang nakikita ko po dito, ma'am, is dapat magbibigay din itong SERDAC ng information that would be supportive of that or that would be useful in the formulation and packaging of R&D proposals in agricultural production and agri-product processing. Para ma-optimize na ito, ma-optimize natin yung outputs of the SERDAC, and it will be very helpful to the to funding agencies or implementing agencies of R&D in agriculture para makatulong sa kanila na magiging relevant and industry or the research that they would be implementing and or funding would be relevant and would really support industry development plans. Yun lang po, ma'am. Once again, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much, Doc Sinan. Actually, those observations were the main reasons why we really requested PICART Socioeconomic Research Division to provide us that opportunity of establishing SERDAC in this part of the region. Unang-una, you're aware actually, Doc, na there are researches conducted that needs a lot of guidance in terms of the tool of analysis that were used. There are those implemented researches, generally speaking, I'm not speaking of WIMSO researchers. There are researchers presented during the in-house reviews that were not, that lacks the substance of analyzing or interpreting the data because of the lack of the tool used for the analysis. So that's one. And second, this is really what we are aiming for, especially in the formulation of policies. And this is the main purpose of SERDAC, and we are in that direction. So salamat po, Doc Sinan. Kanina?
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, Ma'am Adele.
Good morning, Ma'am Terry. Tanong ko lang po doon sa Project 1 mo, yung Study of Impact Assessment of SETAC. Basically, ano po impact assessment dito sa horticulture or sa mga farmers? Kasi ang naano ko lang yung mga distribution ng mga equipment nyo. Ano yung naging impact? Kasi iba doon, hindi na visible, hindi na makontak yung mga tao. Hindi po ba siya na-monitor during, di ba, nag-distribute? After nun, hindi ba na-monitor nung provider? Totally kayo na yung nag-take charge? Kumbaga parang sa time nilang ata na-monitor eh.
Ang report naman po, ma'am, kompleto na yung isang, just to mention one, na hindi nag-function, yung mechanical dryer. Isang taon po binalik-balikan ng supplier. Pero hindi pa rin daw nagpo-function. Because the equipment both was not brand new equipment. Second hand po siya na nabili. So yun na nga, yun po yung beneficiary. Isang taon daw po silang nag-antay na maiayos, but very unfortunate, hindi naayos. that's one of the other, but most of the equipment were very functional. And meron pong mga monitoring reports from the heads of office, yung kung saan, let's say, Zamboanga del Sur, these were properly recorded naman po by their office. So yun lang, we were looking into how this system policies may improve. Although with the 90 facilities na na-provide nila, I think there were only 6 equipment or 8 equipments na nagkakaroon ng problema. So we are looking into the main cause of the problem so that we can incorporate that in our recommendation to improve the policy of the program.
Thank you, Ma'am Terry.
Okay.
Thank you po, Ma'am Belen. I think mayroon din pong question po si Ma'am Sala.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes po.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I just have a few questions on the impact assessment. Ma'am, first on the title, it says horticulture/agriculture sector. And then when you relate the slide wherein you were showing the equipment, the list of equipment, merong mga feeds, yung mga parang feed mill, parang may mga ganun equipment. So ma'am, ang question or suggestion ko, would it be possible for you on the discussion to discuss each of the industry? The setup was been held with hindi yung horticulture lang, ma'am, para kasi hindi generalize yung pong agriculture sector. Para ma'am, kunya, nung nakita ko kasi mga assistants, ma'am, hindi lang siya sa horticulture. So if we generalize the discussion on the assistance of the setup or DOST on the horticulture, ma'am, it would be fragmented, ma'am. The data would be fragmented. Because kung titingnan mo, ma'am, yung iba namang sector ay natulungan din nung setup program. Salamat po.
Yeah, we will be presenting our evaluation assessment per equipment, and then yung direct effect niya dito sa mga commodities na ito. Ito kasi yung title ng kanilang program na ito yung actually nung tiningnan namin, hindi lang actually dito, but yung on the commodity side of the project, no? Yung sa impact ng commodity also. So, facilities, marami siyang component, ma'ams, kaya kahapon nga very productive yung aming discussion with Sir Doc Yusef, because first time na nag-impact assessment kami dito sa Mindanao on this sector, kasi yung ibang impact assessment is not on the agriculture sector. So we well noted po yung suggestion niyo, ma'am, na individualize namin ang presentation, and then the later part will be on the kabuuhan po ng program for the benefit cost analysis.
If I may add po, ma'am, kahit hindi na po at the level of the commodity, kahit lang po at the level of the industry,
Okay.
yung analysis, ma'am, kung if it's aquatic or fisheries, if it's on livestock, kahit po ganon, depends on the equipment po.
Yes.
Kasi kung didetalya tayo talaga sa commodity, ma'am, baka kasi yung iba multifunction yung isang equipment na yon. It could be used for both agri and fisheries or livestock ng land-based. Tapos fisheries naman po yung mga feed equipment po. Thank you po.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Noted po.
Okay, thank you po, Ma'am Salak. Any more po from our evaluators? I think wala. Thank you so much, Dr. Teresita Narvaez, for presenting po your ongoing researches. Okay.
Thank you.
Po. Okay, palakpakan naman po natin si Ma'am Terry, who's all the way from USEP. Okay, so this time we shall proceed to the next presenter. Let us call once again Dr. Elderico Pitabal on the NICER program Native Chicken R&D Center Project 1, which is an ongoing project funded by the DOST PCARD. Wala ba kayo mga kamay dyan? Oh, so mainit ang pagsalubong sa'yo ngayon, sir, ha? Hindi ka nalugi.
Grabe. Thank you, ma'am. Yun, medyo masayang intro yun. Kahapon kasi medyo ano lang. Tapos inintroduce mo si Dr. Majos. Parang, oo. So yun, at least fair tayo ngayon. Amanos na amanos. Ma'am Jen. Biro lang yun. Ayun. Parang the whole program today will just be presenting because all these are still ongoing. We'll be presenting on the progress of the program. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Parang may technical. Just brief background. Last week, WIMSU, Westmartec, RDEC hosted, of course, with PCARD and DOST hosted the poultry review, and we had a chance to present this as a progress program. I'll be touching Project 1 of the program, enhancement of breeding and feeding management systems for increased productivity of sample native chicken. With me here is Dr. Nilo Abella and Ma'am Jo Quadra and other research staff. This is funded under DOST PCARD, amounting to 9.7 million, and it will cover 2 years. It started April 2021. We expect to end March 2023. Hopefully, all the data will be in by November or December, then we can start the terminal report. And that is still our goal, sir. Now, we will not request for extension, and estimate namin budget utilization more than 90%. Okay. Proceed na tayo. Next. Now, again, most of these slides that we're presenting already presented during the poultry review last week. But to most of you who are here, who have not witnessed the progress report we made last week, then here it is. Just a quick historical background of Sampe Native Chicken. It started 2013 when the first project led by Dr. Terry Narvaez, I think Ma'am Pat, Dr. Paterna Saavedra, Dr. Baguio started the morphological characterization, and doon nag-start ang journey ni Holohano strain to Sampe Native Chicken. So hanggang naging, as of this moment, it is already a trademark registered under the Department of Trade and Industry. So it went on until 2015 to 16, nagkaroon ng panibagong research, R&D engagement na din with Dr. Terry Narvaez and her team. And then pinasukan ni artificial insemination. And then another project the same year between 2016 to 2018, piloting a profitable and sustainable commercial scale. And then sometime in 2018, 2020, two R&D activities also funded by PCARD. And then finally, na-launch natin yung ating R&D Center for Native Chicken in 2021. Hanggang ngayon, kaya the project is still ongoing, but progress is okay because we are producing the data now for preparation for our terminal report. Next slide, please. As a program, there are 3 project components on this. I'll be touching just the project 1, but let me introduce to us. Later, they'll be introduced again. The project 2 and her team headed by Dr. K. Ramos. And project 3 and her team headed by Assistant Professor Gladys Pagan. Of course, the ultimate vision of the R&D Center is it will become a hub for technology generation and science-based innovations that would promote sustainable growth of the budding native chicken industry in the Philippines. Nakot ko lang yon sa isang magaling na critic namin na si Dr. Baguio Sinan. Oo. So siya nag-coin ng parang naging guiding principle namin yan just to let everyone informed that Doc Sinan played a key role in daming mga changes and mga revisions doon na nagawa naman namin. Next slide, please. Thank you very much, sir. What has been done in the past, for the past more or less 10 years, yes, nandun yung ideal phenotypic na characterized na pang sample native chicken. It is now a registered trademark. Proven na din siya as alternative source of livelihood. And it is recognized across the region as pure Holohano strain. However, there are still gaps that needs to be addressed. Number 1, yung predictable but inconsistent performance of stocks. So nandun pa rin yung inconsistency kasi nga yung sa breeding strategy down in the cooperators, parang yun yung gusto nating i-address. And high cost on commercial feeds, nandun
the